Hello students, how are you? Today we are going to discuss the part 3rd of grade 10th chemistry. The chapter is periodic classification of elements and the topic is Mendeleev's periodic law. This is a very important law in order to classify the elements, in order to discover and make the modern periodic table. Okay, so in order to classify the elements, this is, we can say that, a revolutionary law. How? I'll show you and I'll give you some statement. So here I want to ask a question. Do you know which is 101 element number on the modern periodic table? 101. This is 101 and its name is Mendelevium. Why it has a name of Mendelevium? It's named after the Russian scientist Mendeleev. Okay, and Mendeleev, who is considered the father of periodic table, the father of periodic table. A lot of scientists wanted to put elements in the table in order to classify the elements. Okay, so when this Mendeleev's periodic law discovered, it is discovered in 1869, and at that time only 63 elements were discovered. This is very interesting law. Okay, na? So be attentive. What about the Mendeleev's periodic law? Mendeleev was looking at the relation. Mendeleev was looking at the relation between the atomic masses of elements. First, atomic masses of elements. He was looking at the relation between the atomic masses of elements. And the second one is the relationship between the physical and chemical properties among the elements. Second is the physical and chemical properties of elements. So, firstly, we should elaborate this topic. What is atomic mass? The mass of one atom, that is called atomic mass. The mass of one atom is called the atomic mass. And what is the SI unit of mass? We can say that the SI unit of mass is kg, but here the atom is very small and light. So what is more convenient unit? The more convenient unit is atomic mass unit. The more convenient unit is atomic mass unit, AMU. So what is the atomic mass? If we take an example, what is the atomic mass of the atom of one hydrogen? Okay, so we can say that hydrogen of its atomic mass is 1 AMU. And what about the carbon? Carbon has the atomic mass is 12 AMU. Okay, so this is the atomic mass of some elements and some atoms of elements. And after that, if we take physical properties, that what is the physical properties of elements? What are the physical properties? Then physical properties is density, the melting points, melting point and boiling point. These are the physical properties of elements in which density, melting point and boiling point are involved. And what about the chemical properties? Chemical properties of that how an element react with other element, how an element react with other element, how an element react with other element, other elements. So this is clear to you what is physical properties, the density, the melting point and the boiling point and so on. And what about the chemical properties? The chemical properties is how an element react with other elements. And in this law, Mendeleev look at this in a systematic way. So he take hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen. Why? Because hydrogen and elements are those type of elements which react with the elements and make compounds. So these are the elements with high reactivities. These elements are high reactivities. Okay, these are very reactive with other elements to form compounds. So if we take some example, so that is if we take sodium and potassium. Sodium, natrium is the Latin word, okay, and potassium has the Latin word kalium, okay. So what is the hydride of sodium and what is the oxide of sodium? So the hydride of sodium is NaH simply. And what about the sodium oxide, that is Na2O? How this is formed? In which sodium has the valency 1 and oxygen has the valency 2. So when we cross with each other, then it has Na2O. So this is simple. And what about the potassium? If the hydride of potassium, that potassium hydride is KH, and the oxide of potassium is K2O. Okay, so if we take an element with R, example, if we take an element with R, so what about the common formula of this? This is RH and this is R2O. Then we can say that the sodium and potassium has the similar properties and it can hold in a same slot. So this is very clear. So here I am going to give some example to you in which the first, you can see that clearly here, R2O in group 1, R2O, this is the oxide of some elements, and RH, this is the hydride. Okay, so all the elements has same property, and this is RO oxide and this is hydride, RH2, and so on. So here Mendeleev used the formula. Mendeleev used the formula of oxide and hydride. Use the formula of oxides and hydrides. Okay, this is clear to you. Mendeleev used the formula of oxides and hydrides to group the elements together. Oxides and hydrides. So this is clear to you why he take oxides and hydrides, because oxide, oxygen and hydrogen are very reactive and it combined with other elements to form compounds. So this is very clear to you. Here one more thing I have to clear, I want to clear that the horizontal rows, these are the horizontal rows. This is called, what it's called? It called period. What it called? The period. And the vertical columns, it is called groups. The horizontal rows are called periods and vertical columns are called groups. Okay, this is clear to you. And what about the formula? What the Mendeleev's periodic law states? Here Mendeleev observed some repetition in physical and chemical properties. Some repetition in physical properties, in which if we take sodium and potassium, then the potassium is directly and lower to the sodium. Then we can say that, and here I proved that sodium and potassium have the same physical and chemical properties. So what this law states? The Mendeleev periodic law states that the properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. In order to arrange the elements in increasing order, then the properties of elements are the periodic functions. Okay, so here, so Mendeleev's periodic table has some advantages and some disadvantages also. But before that, I am giving you a recap that what is the law states. The law states when elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic masses, the elements with similar properties occur at a regular interval. How? So if A is an element, okay, he took 63 cards, okay, because 63 elements were present at that time, okay, discovered. Okay, so if A is an element, B is also an element, C, D, E and F, sorry, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 F, G, and the next element, that is H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. If the physical and chemical properties increasing to its atomic mass, remember, if the physical and chemical properties of H is similar to the A, then Mendeleev put H just lower to A. After that, if I has same physical and chemical properties according to increasing atomic mass, okay now. So if I has similar physical and chemical properties, then Mendeleev put same property like B. If the physical and chemical property of I just like B, then he put I element just before the, sorry, just lower the in the same slot of B. But if he has K element and he has the same physical and chemical property like D in increasing atomic mass, in order to increasing atomic mass, then he did not put the element K just lower the C, because in order to increase the atomic mass, the physical and chemical property of K just like D. So what he did? He put some empty spaces between his periodic table. So this is its first achievement. What is his first achievement? And this is its first advantage. What are the first advantage? Mendeleev predicted the existence of some elements that had been discovered at that time, that has been not discovered at the time. He said that these empty spaces for those elements that will discovered in upcoming time, and this is his the biggest achievement of his periodic law. He also gave some names, in which the first one is Eka boron. Eka is a Sanskrit word, and Eka means the first. Okay, so Eka is gave the name, predicted name, Eka boron, Eka aluminium, Eka aluminium. Okay, and Eka silicon. And later on, the Eka boron has name when the element were discovered, he has the name scandium. The Eka aluminium named the gallium. And Eka silicon has the name germanium. This is the beauty of science. Okay, so it is the first achievement and first advantage of elements, in which Mendeleev predicted the existence of some elements that had not been discovered at that time. This is the first. And the second one is, he could predicted the properties of several elements. He could predicted the properties of several elements that is not known at that time. Remember, that is not known at that time, on the basis of their position in his periodic table. And guess what? His predicted properties are very much similar to the actual properties, in which, if we take an example of Eka aluminium that he had predicted at that time in 1871, the atomic mass of Eka aluminium, the density of Eka aluminium, the melting point of Eka aluminium, his reaction with chlorine and oxygen, that is predicted in 1871. And when the Eka aluminium actually discovered, that has a name of gallium, its actual name, it was discovered in 1875, actually 1875, and this is absolutely same. That was absolutely same, but in somehow there is some little bit approximate value, in which the atomic mass is 68 and actual atomic mass is 69.7. It's approximate same, and the density is accurate. So this is his second achievement. And the last achievement is about the inert elements, because when a new group of elements, that is noble gases, the noble gases and inert element were discovered, it got a separate group without disturbing the original arrangement of Mendeleev's periodic table. The whole group of inert element directly set into the Mendeleev periodic table, and it did not create any disturbance in that table. So this is its one more beauty. So these are the advantages. And what about the anomalies? What about the limitations? What about the defects? The first defect of Mendeleev's periodic law is the position of isotopes could not be explained. The position of isotopes. We know that what is isotopes? Isotopes are the atoms that has the similar chemical properties but different atomic masses. In which, if we take an example, then chlorine presenting two isotopes, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. He could not explain the isotopes in order to arrange his periodic law. The first disadvantage is the position of isotopes could not be explained. Okay, and again the next disadvantage is wrong order of atomic masses of some elements could not be explained. Wrong order, and I must show you that. I would like to show you that in this Mendeleev table, you can see that the cobalt and the nickel. The cobalt has 58.7 atomic mass and cobalt has 58.9 atomic mass. In order to arrange the elements in increasing atomic mass, he could put nickel first and cobalt after the nickel, but he could not give any explanation to this, that why he put cobalt before the nickel. Okay, so this is its second anomalies, in which the wrong order of atomic masses of some element could not be explained. Cobalt is come just before the nickel, but according to the rule, he had to put and he should put the nickel before the cobalt. Okay, so this is its second anomalies, and the last anomalies is he could not explain why he put hydrogen in its first group. So this is its third anomalies. A correct position could not be assigned to hydrogen in the periodic table. Why? Because in his periodic table, and we know that hydrogen can combine with the halogen groups, the chlorine, the fluorine, bromine. These are the hydrogen can be placed in group 1 with alkali metals, and because like alkali metals, because like sodium, like potassium, okay, like lithium, that hydrogen combines with halogen and oxygen and sulfur, so on. But for this, the hydrogen must be in first group. But we know that hydrogen also resembles the halogen, like it found in diatomic form, like Cl2, like Br2. So it is also resembles and found in S2 form, that is diatomic form. So a correct position could not be assigned to hydrogen in the periodic table. So this was all about this lecture. If you have any problem, you can ask. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.